The fifth set is going to be on Bel'Shir Vestige. Spawning in the bottom right-hand position, currently has 2 kills to his name, looking for a third. His name is Ty from Kespa Team 8.
His opponent, nicknamed the Almighty, playing for Samsung Khan, the back-to-back last 2 Brood War OSL winner. His name is Jangbi, playing for Samsung Khan.
I like that he's a back-to-back OSL winner. That just means so much more, I feel, to me. Reminds me of America in World War I and II. You know, the back-to-back champs.
I mean, taking America out of the picture and the World War out of picture, going for back-to-back win is really hard, I have to say. You know, these players who make it through the qualifiers and worked hard to get into round of 16, they have more chance of winning in the individual leagues than the winner who made it into round of 16 easily and made this group easily, because they try to go with easy opponents, and when they get into round of 8 or round of 4, they face a hard opponent who made through the group of deaths, and they just knock him out right away.
Exactly.
So,
and another thing is, when you become a champion, people, they like study you. They want to make sure, all right, how do I deal with what this guy is doing? So it's almost even harder to get that second title ship after the first, because everybody already knows what you're up to. They know your shenanigans, so you have to either reinvent yourself or just be so ahead of the curve that no one can catch you.
Yeah, that's why back-to-back winners, they're always noted when it comes to these leagues. And even inside Pro League, we always mention that Jangbi is a back-to-back last 2 Brood War OSL winner, because he went down in history as the first Protoss player to get 2 wins in a row.
And the last player to
win an OSL Brood War.
Yeah. So it's kind of like Flash. He's overall the most successful, I think you could say, Brood War player of all time. Nada could be also mentioned there too, but I feel like Jangbi's a little bit of a blemish on that record for him almost.
Jangbi is one of the players who's up there, let's put it that way.
Oh, he's certainly up there. Him and Bisu, the most successful Brood War players for Protoss.
And Bisu, Stork, don't forget Garinto.
Yeah, early on he got to OSL victories. Not back-to-back, though. But looking more towards this game here, we have a Reaper coming out from this barracks here. Gas opening from Ty, not too surprising, really. He's also bringing an SCV up here as well, which is a little bit surprising. I guess he just wants to really see what his opponent is up to here. Jangbi, he's making that Zealot. He may cancel it at the last second, though. We're going to have to wait and see.
He does see that there's only one Geyser, though, which is slightly different than a regular Protoss player, I have to say, these days.
All right, well.
He just wanted to get the Zealot out a little bit quicker. And using the Reaper to actually block off any probes, this is a nice play, because Ty, he already got an SCV inside. He doesn't need the Reaper to scout around right now.
And Zealot's going to stay, kind of hold position on that ramp there. He wants to make sure he can kill off that SCV when it wants to return home. Warp Gate tech already on the way for Jangbi. He is not getting that expansion up quite yet. He's got a lot of minerals saved up, though, so he's going to put that down pretty soon here. And this Reaper is going to be annoying. Just kind of deny that, at least passively, for a little bit. But with the Stalker and Zealot here, that's going to force that away.
Well, the Zealot was actually blocking the expansion, but Ty was not focused firing on the probe.
Cool. Got some more foreigners in the crowd here, watching some StarCraft.
I'm surprised he didn't react at all.
I think he maybe rose his eyebrows a little bit, like, oh, okay, sure, whatever. Just taking it easy.
Yeah, I'm surprised, because a lot of the foreigners, they want to be on camera and they want to have some fun. Maybe he wasn't shown on the main screen at OGN. That happens sometimes.
He could have just been really focused on the game and been like, wow, what's going to happen next here? I mean,
like, who's that guy? I don't even know. Does that look like me? Well, I don't care. I want to see the game right now.
Nice scouting job from our Terran player here, Ty. He's used this Reaper very effectively here. Smellish, of course, should be the end of that Reaper.
Yes. Is there a way at the left side? No.
Actually, that Reaper had a... He thought he could jump down 2 levels of terrain, but nope. You can only drop down 1.
If only this was Ohana.
If it was Ohana, he would be able to escape. All right, Engineering Barrier Arteries researching +1 attack here. The Forge is not even complete yet for Jangbi here, so Ty's going to have a nice upgrade advantage here. He's getting another Reaper out, interestingly enough. I think he just wants to make sure he can get some really solid scouting information on his opponent. Yeah,
because Protoss players, if they want to try to hide something inside the main base, they start building it as soon as they take down the second Reaper. And behind this, look at this, okay, so factory just goes up, 2 more barracks getting added on by Ty, but he does have a really fast +1, which is, I have to say, kind of standard by Terran players these days.
I feel like this one's a little bit faster than normal.
Just a tad bit faster.
Just a tadpole bit faster. Alright, Hallucinated Phoenix moving across the map here. Scout it instantly. And this Reaper going to try the look, see what he can scout here. He'll be able to get a good amount of information at least. He'll see the Forge getting that +1 armor. Observer on the way as well. It looks like he will scout the Robotech. He sees the gateways. Ty's in the know. He's seen everything important in the main base that needs to be seen.
Well, up until this point, he saw everything that he needs to be seen, but what he didn't see is the possible Twilight slash the Robo-Bay follow-up by Jangbi.
Yeah, it's true. He hasn't seen anything there yet. There's nothing in the natural, though, so he didn't miss anything. He can probably assume to a decent degree that he saw the important things here. Starport on the way now. I like that Ty, he's not going for the Hellbats this game because he's done that so much in his previous games. Jangbi's got to be completely prepared.
Yeah, well, behind this, Jangbi is getting a Robo-Bay for himself, something that Ty did not scout. And like I said, the Reaper went in at the nice timing, but I have to say it was a little bit too early compared to when he should have gone for it, because if he went around 7 minutes 30 seconds into 8 minutes, he would have seen what kind of tech path that Jangbi was going to go for, and he didn't have to waste any scans inside the main base to see what kind of tech it was.
Can't disagree with you there. We have the +1 armor on the way now for Ty, because that +1 attack already completed. Stim as well on the way here. The Robo finishing up as well for Jangbi here, and this is actually really nice. This SCV over here is going to get sniped off by this Zealot here. That's going to delay the third for Ty by a little bit. And this is why we see most Terran players build their third CC at their natural or main, because they don't want stuff like that happening here.
Yeah, I mean, usually at the very best, Protoss players scout when the third base is going on, killing the SCV and also knowing when the third base went up. That's a really nice play by Jangbi, and he did take a little bit lead, I have to say. Little lead.
Yeah, well, you have Twilight Council on the way here. You have the first Colossus about to complete on the +1 attack. Now the +1 armor is completed here. Jangbi is still ahead in supply, so he's not in a bad position at all here. Hasn't taken his third base yet, but he could do that pretty soon here. Zealot moving in. That SCV may get unlucky, but no, it will be microed away, and these Zealots are going to, or the Marines are going to completely kill off that Zealot there. Getting warped back to Ire. Not going to be turned into a Dragoon. Actually, warped back to Shakuras, excuse me. Sorry for all you lore freaks out there. I know that Ire is under control of the Zerg right now, and Shakuras is the main home planet for the Protoss.
Got it right. Gotta give you a thumbs up for that. Well, Ty, he's looking to be a little bit more aggressive throughout the whole game now. With Medivacs out on the field, he has a lot of Marines, but he doesn't know that the Colossus is out on the field. One Marine, but nice force skills, trapping few Marines in the middle of the field.
Jangbi is going to get aggressive here, and we have a Rambo Marine over here. Maybe it'll even get a kill or two.
He didn't have to use any scans.
That's true, he didn't. And these Medivacs actually don't have anything in them, so...
But really nice fake, I have to say. Even forcing a Nexus cannon inside the main base because of the second Medivac.
Yeah. I have to say that was a pretty good fake out from Ty here. Still no third base from Jangbi. This is getting a little concerning. He could just go for a 2-base. He's got a lot of gateways in his main, getting that Warp Prism, but also getting Charge, the +1 attack about to finish up, and also researching Storm.
This is really, I mean, he could have died to some type of a 2-base 5-Rex push, where he had like maybe 1 or 2 Colossus, but his opponent had too many Marauders and Marines, that even the Colossus count did not matter. But Ty, he's playing a little bit more of a macro game, and that allows Jangbi to get all these tech out. Charge is almost done. Storm is halfway finished. Now Ty is getting prepared against the Colossus, but he has no answer against the Storm.
All right, looks like now we're going to be seeing that third base from Jangbi. Pretty late into the game, 12 minutes, 30 seconds approximately. It's not terribly late. It's not Stork late, you know, like last game.
I mean, up until 13 minutes, I have to say it's okay in Heart of the Swarm as long as you do not die while getting third base. I mean, as long as you do not lose the Templars or the Colossus.
He did lose one High Templar there.
That was a mistake.
That was. The Zealot reinforcements here are going to force that drop away. Ty, I'm surprised he's not really going for drops as much as I thought he would this game, but maybe he just respects Jangbi, realizes that he's very good at defending against drops here. Warp Prism about to complete here for Jangbi as well. Is 2-2 on the way. We have Templar tech now done as well. Those Templars have Storm. Nice force fields from Jangbi is going to kill off a good amount of units here and force Ty to back up at this point. But looking at it from the supply count-wise, Jangbi is pretty far behind.
Jangbi is pretty far behind, but that's because he didn't dump that many minerals into the Zealots right now. And look at this Ty. He's going to try to run around and do a
6 Storm
on the Templar, but not only after getting stormed by
sick moves from Jangbi. I have to note that Jangbi's control in all of these engagements has been spot on. He's just completely routed Ty wherever he's tried to move on this map. So that's got to be really intimidating if you're Ty. From a Terran perspective, it's like, well, I could try the attack here, but I know that the force fields are just going to completely shred me apart. So I have to figure out some way to deal with this army here.
And do remember, during all this, the Colossus didn't get taken out. The drops at the main base and the third base didn't really deal any economic damage against the opponent. So Jangbi, even if he's behind the supply, 161 to 147, he's still in nice position, but he can't lose that.
Holy! Whoa! That was actually like so lucky. Jangbi could have just lost that War Prism and all the units inside of it due to like a stim, but you know, he just got lucky there. That was just luck. +2 attack about the finish for Jangbi, and we have a big Doom drop going into the main base. Does our Protoss player scout this in time? At the same time, we have a drop at the third base, though. We have some more reinforcements warping in here, and
that's enough. Now you have the drop with the War Prism inside the main base, so now it's Jangbi's turn to put some aggression. Yeah,
he still has that High Templar. There he goes, using the Storm, warping in more units. Ty is on the other side of the map. He's completely out of position here, and these Zealots are just going to have a heyday here. Killing off everything.
He could actually focus fire on the Ghost Academy, which would be huge at this point, but it seems like Jangbi, he wanted to go for the SCVs first and not microing those Zealots at the last second.
Yeah, it looks like that poor High Templar there in no man's land. He's going to be not a prisoner of war. He's just going to get killed off there, executed by the Vikings on the ground. What an embarrassing way to die.
But smart play by Jangbi, only building one Colossus, forcing his opponent to get a lot of Vikings out and switching immediately to Immortals.
He's getting the Immortals Archons. 3-3 on the way for Jangbi. The 2-2 for Ty, not complete yet, so our Protoss player a little bit ahead in upgrades. Neither player has decided to take a fourth base yet, but we see the fourth floating over here for Ty, so that's going to be changed in just a few seconds here. Thermal Lances actually being upgraded now, but we also have the continued Viking production from Ty. He does not want to be caught off guard by this tech switch. Supplies still looking pretty close between these guys as well.
So now did he actually see the pylon on the right side? Did he see the probe?
Not sure. Jangbi moving in here, going for an attack. These ghosts are naked here. They are going to be able to survive though.
Just going to put a little pressure at the fourth base, but do remember there is a medevac going inside the main base once again, and the pylon is not going to scout it.
Looks like it. And Jangbi, he does have an observer over here, so he'll spot this expansion.
And he also has the, for Jangbi, he has a cannon, he has a mothership core inside the main base. The Zealots actually spot the medevacs, and it's going to get taken out pretty soon.
Look at that, the range there, just allowing him to barely survive. Jangbi doing his signature Zealot run-bys here. That's a lot of Zealots on that bunker. Will he be able to completely defend against that?
Seems like that's actually out of the range from the cannon, so the
here we go though. Jangbi moving towards the fourth base. He's going to completely obliterate that. The units for Ty out of position. Now he's just going to back up, losing nothing. I love these different multi-pronged attacks from Jangbi. It seems like Ty having a harder time dealing with it, but at the same time, these Zealots in the main base, now they realize what's going on. The Twilight Council does manage to die. Whoa. At this point in the game, it doesn't really matter. These Stalkers are going to get taken out as well. More Zealot reinforcements going to scare this drop away. I want to see a fourth base from Jangbi and a few extra cannons at the third.
The main base was just unlucky because he created a little gap for the Zealots to actually drop into, so he just couldn't attack the Marines right away.
And the Zealots prompting enough of an attack from the stemmed units there from Ty.
Ty doing a really nice job trying to put the multitasking abilities to the fullest potential and putting his opponent on his toes throughout the whole game, but Jangbi's doing a nice job defending against it. And throughout this game, the biggest economic damage that Jangbi received is losing the Twilight Council, I have to say. He didn't lose that many probes. He still has a full base he still has a nice saturation on 3 bases right now. All he has to do is take a 4th base on the left side and make sure it doesn't get taken out.
And the 3-3 is still a ways away for Ty here, so this would be a great opportunity for Jangbi to go in for an attack, make an engagement happen here. He's got a pretty solid army composition. War Prism speed about to complete here. I would love to see like double-pronged War Prism Harass or something at this point. Drop moving in over here towards the main. I love, okay, looks like going to the potential 4th there. I love that Jangbi is constantly all over the map here. But at the same time, Ty doing a very good job at harassing himself. The Ghosts out in the front of the army trying to put up a few EMPs to scare this army away.
Yeah, so he did kill the Fort Nexus by Jangbi, and this is a really nice move. 20 minutes into the game and denying extra expansion from Protoss is really nice.
Now the problem here is Jangbi can't actually warp in any more units at this point because he's maxed out.
He's completely maxed out, and he's trying to take a forward base while also trying to make sure he denies the
Jangbi going to lose that. Templar Archives there. It looks like there's nothing that's going to stop that. Luckily, he's already got a good amount of Templar out. And look at this. The 4th base forced to be canceled. Jangbi, on the other hand, he's moving across the map towards the 4th of expansion. And Ty already knows that he couldn't keep that base, so he ran away, and it didn't even look like there was much there. I want to see an engagement, man.
Well, engagement is not going to happen because Ty is not going to allow that.
That poor Marauder
left behind, poor Marauder. But this is a Doom drop going inside the main base. Jangbi has few Templars actually, and that's going to scare away the medevacs.
That looks like it. Jangbi completely prepared for this, man. He's got his observer eyes where they need to be on this map. The Zealots continuing to be annoying here. I feel like Ty, he's got a nice bank here, but if he can't take that 4th base, eventually he's going to have a tough time against the Protoss player. 2nd Warp Prism on the way, as well as Blink. So we're going to be seeing some multiple Warp Prism harassments. Jangbi moving across the map here. The stim units are running away here.
Vikings and the Ghosts are on the right side of the map, so Ty, he needs to run away. He doesn't have any EMPs or any anti-air against the Colossus, so he needs to wait for the Ghosts and the Vikings to arrive with the main army.
Now this could be a very good engagement for Jangbi here. Nice Colossus swipes there, just completely roasting and annihilating those units right there. Backing off. Neither player really wanting to commit to a main attack here.
This is like watching a PvP.
That's what it feels like. They're just opting to go for that perfect positioning. And Jangbi just continuing with the constant solid harassments and run-bys here. I love that's the kind of play he's going for here. Not being too effective this time around, but the fact is that he keeps doing it. Jangbi also securing an expansion over on the right side of the map. He's out of position, though, and the main army, okay, it looks like Ty's not going to go for the attack. Here we go.
In the middle of the map.
Storm going down. Oh, no, the Cloak Ghost, there's no observers. They've been sniped off, even if they were in that army there, so things are going to start to look really weird. We have DTs now out on the map as well, but there is a turret at that 4th base. Going to completely deny these DTs from doing any damage.
Uh-oh.
Goodbye, DTs. At the same time, Warp Prism getting taken out. Ty doing an amazing job at preventing Jangbi from doing any type of drops and harassments here. I think that I would like to see Jangbi attack the 3rd base more here while keeping his army on the 4th side of the map. There's a lot of units moving across the map here. Jangbi needs to get perfect positioning here. The Viking count is looking quite impressive here, and uh-oh, this is bad. I think Jangbi may have to actually abandon that 4th base. Where is the Storm in this army?
Remember, he actually replenished the main army with a lot of Zealots instead of a lot of High Templars that spread it out inside the main base. And look at this, another drop going down at the 3rd base.
This medevac going to drop a few units there, moving away from that cannon there. DT at the same time doing a nice amount of economic damage to that 3rd base there, taking out the bunker. At the same time, could we see yes!
Jangbi Storm's going down on the main army.
And these Ghosts all uncloaking here. They're starting to run a little bit low on energy. This drop will be deflected, but the DTs, they are causing a complete havoc and chaos at the 3rd base for Ty. Things going completely sour for him there. He's now actually starting to get pretty far behind in resources, and this DT may be able to just get out of the range. No, does not escape the scan in the Marauder.
They did their job because now all the units are on the left side. There's a Cloak Ghost, however, and the EMPs, they could get a lot of EMPs on the Archons and start melting them away one by one with the Planetary Fortress supporting behind it. So it's better for Jangbi to fortify that position while securing another 4th base on the 2 o'clock position right now.
So at this point in the game, Jangbi, he's ahead in supply right now, but I think that he needs to have a solid positioning for when he actually attacks his opponent. We have a lot of units moving across from Ty, though. They're trying to potentially get a surround, but Jangbi, looks like he's ready for it.
Seems like he wanted to check if there was a base in this area and go for the Doom drop inside the main base once again. But nice feedback.
Oh my god, sick
combo
on those High Templar there. That's how you stop drops. You feedback them and you storm the one that somehow survives.
That is the definition of Jangbi storms, and because North Korea fired 3 missiles, we have nukes out on the way.
By the way, guys, they were in the ocean. Don't worry. We're not going to die here in South Korea. We're fine.
We're safe.
So this is still really a big stalemate between these players here. They're just trying the pry for position. It's so hard for each player to really, get what they want to get here, though. Jangbi Or I'm sorry, Ty, he's taking a base on the left side of the map now. Looks like he should be able to get that pretty easily here.
Well, he could have actually gotten the SCV if he focus fired on it. Little unfortunate by Jangbi, but now he's getting the plus shield upgrades once again, and the Ghost, he wants to go for the Storm on the Ghost, but didn't work out.
No, not happening that time. Now the problem is Jangbi's, Ty's army here, it's kind of split up across the map. If there's a big engagement from Jangbi and he realizes that, he can just go for the 4th. Look at that, it's already actually been canceled here.
But do remember that because Ty has a unit split around the map, and because he's been able to defend,
6 Storm hitting all of those units. They're all in the yellow and red. That's going to eliminate. Oh, no, a good Storm killing off lots of Ghosts there. I think up to 5 were killed there. These Storms doing their job. The army.
This is like watching parting Storms.
Oh, but we have a nuke on the way now on that 4th base. There's no observer there. If you put a unit on the high ground, he could actually feed back that Ghost and potentially kill it off there, but Jangbi instead moving everything back. Nuke will go down, kills off the pylon. These units are now underpowered, and a lot of other reinforcements are moving in here now. Storms going down at the same time. Jangbi attacking the natural of his opponent's base. More amazing Storms going down, connecting with a lot of this army. There are so many reserve Storms here, but at the same time, Jangbi going for the main base here. He's completely disabled the natural at the same time. The Zealot reinforcements should be able to force away most of this army. Ty now down to 126 supply to 180 of Jangbi. More feedbacks going down on the medevacs as well. Jangbi goes into the 3rd base. It's going to force yet another lift there. His army composition, it's just too much for Ty to handle here. It looks like our Protoss player's been getting the engagements he wants. 193 to 112 supply. This is the last hope for Ty to take this match here, but even if he takes out the 3rd base, the supplies are still looking way in the favor of Protoss, and Jangbi still has a lot of minerals as well.
And this, look at this, even catching a few of the units off guard in the middle of the map. Nice EMP going down on the Archons, but that's not going to be enough. 43 probes and 19 SCVs right now. Jangbi can go for the 4th base easily right now. He has a huge bank of minerals, few on gas, and he can still warp in 15 Zealots at a time.
I have to say that Jangbi has been one of the most patient PvT players I've seen ever here. Like, this game has been going on for over 30 minutes now. It feels like it's been longer, but they've been constantly like going back and forth for positioning, but Jangbi's just doing little harassments here and there. Now sending in a lot of charge lots to the main base there. The positioning, though, pretty good for our Terran player. The Stem Marines will take out those Zealots, but this 4th base is the last thing that Jangbi has here. Storm going down, hitting the bulk of the Ghost army here, and some EMPs going down. I don't think it's going to be enough, though. All of the units dying. The Archons barreling through with the charge lots. The Immortals in the back supporting. The Planetaries going to go down as well. Medevacs running away there. Ty completely routed in this position, and this game is looking like it's going to go to our Protoss player from Samsung Khan.
No detection, but it doesn't matter at this point because he just has too many army. Observer arrives just in time, and those Marines,
GG! Jangbi taking an intense 5th set over Ty on Bel'Shir Vestige. Wow.
Well,
what a game.
If you play around with nukes, that's what happens.
The nuke was all right, but it wasn't the highlight of the match.
Well, I was just referencing North Korea over there, but don't play around with nukes, guys, because your opponent is just going to crush you. Like you just see right now, Jangbi defeating Ty in a really nice match. Jangbi, he was so patient throughout the whole game, and always, when he put down the Storms, it was always money Storms, like the Jangbi Storms that we saw back on Odell against Nada.
So Ty,
wow,
he pretty much got Jangbanged that game. We're gonna have to see the last. We're gonna have to see the last player that's gonna get sent out from Kespa Team 8 here. They're running out of options. I think we're gonna see Terminator though, because he's a solid PvP player. And Jangbi, he's a little bit weak in PvP. Would seem like the best option here. We could still see a Zerg player. It is Whirlwind. Certainly a possibility. Maybe even Kier could get sent out. But after that last game, I'm not sure if Kier would want to be sent out.
Yeah. Well, let's see who it is going to be. We have the Protoss player, Terminator. We have the Terran player, Kier. We still have the Zerg player, True. And who is it going to be? Terminator comes back from the bathroom and realizes that he is the ace player.
So he's like, oh, I guess I'm being sent out here. All right, guys, I'll go straight to the booth. The 6th set, and Kespa Team 8's last player will be Terminator. Sorry, brain fart there. I know who that is, though. That's Terminator, man. He's got one of the coolest names in Pro League. He's got to play against Jangbi here, guys. We have to go into a quick commercial break. The score 2-3 with Samsung Khan in the lead. Don't go anywhere, guys. This is the SK Planet Pro League.